So you love the arcade, Amanda? You love RecBar? You want to live here? The vintage arcade experience. Actually, I've seen this in a TV show, Parker Lewis Can't Lose. This was in season 1. This came out in 1989, and the episode was in 1990. This used to be where they had the ping pong tables last year in 2020. Of course, I enjoy it here at RecBar 812. Hopefully, all my friends can get out here and enjoy the retro goodness. So right behind me, we have Pac-Man. So this Pac-Man in particular, not only is it a very original cabinet with the coin slots of how they did in the late 70s and early 1980s. 1980, as you can see. But the interesting thing is that nobody took off the amusement license stickers that expired in 1982 and 1983 on June 30th. Commonwealth of Kentucky, so you know this stayed in this area. The original Pac-Man. There's Kung Fu Master, which I rarely play. Street Fighter 2 was one of my all-time favorites from 1991. That was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, it's almost time to take Amanda to work. Street Fighter 2, awesome game. Super Mario Brothers 3 on a vintage CRT console TV, not just a CRT tube TV, but the console version. Old school NES. The cartridges. We got Galaga. Let's get in the old coin slots. 1981. So this is 40 years old. This arcade game is 40 years old. Pac-Man is 41 years old. There's Popeye, which I've never played before. This game, Ghosts and Goblins, is like super difficult. So this is what they call the cocktail tables, a sit-down type. This game was, I think this was 1985, I thought it was. But it's got the old coin slots. It's another cocktail style cabinet. Same thing, cocktail style there, cocktail style. Now this Pac-Man, I used to play it in the 1980s. I used to play the cocktail table style like we just seen, but this is an example of what they called upright. And then after a certain period in time, like they were all known as uprights. So they're playing Mortal Kombat 2, which is, a pretty good classic game. In my opinion, it's the best of the Mortal Kombats. Now this is a 1981 cabinet from Nintendo. Now this is Super Mario Brothers, but if you play this, it's really odd because like the power-ups are not always in the same place from how you remember it on the NES. Look at this, WWF, back before it was WWE. And then this is like the late 80s, early 90s coin slots. This one was 1991 is what it says there. So this is 30 years old. Altered Beast, Sega Classic from 1988. 1988 there for Altered Beast. Good arcade game. There's a row of pinball games. There's a bunch of fighting games I don't play. Now, just because I play Street Fighter 2 doesn't mean... I play Street Fighter 2 a lot, and Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, and Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, but I'm not really big into, like, fighting games, contrary to what it might seem like. I just play Street Fighter 2 because it's like chess. It's like a chess game disguised as a fighting game. This is Iron Man, Ivan Stewart's Super Off-Road. Really good arcade game. It says 1988, but it's known as a 1989 release. Really fun. The physics are really interesting on this game. You can get early access to upgrades and all that if you put in extra coins. It'll show the title screen of it in a moment. Where am I? I'm looking for KMN. There we go. Number 8, KMN. That's me. So 1989. For the initials, it's KMN for Kristian Naugle. So if you see that here at RecBar, then yeah, it's a fun arcade game there. You'll get to see a little bit what it's about. This was really popular in the video game magazines in the early 1990s because it came to the home consoles. It's really, really fun. X-Men versus Street Fighter. And here we go, a row of pinball machines here at RecBar 812 in downtown New Albany, corner of Spring Street and Pearl Street. Yes, they do have a bar, but that's not the main reason why I come here. And then it's both these stairs, which go up there to the dining area. There's also other stairs that give access to the upstairs, where there are some other arcade games, but also some pinball machines, and then the dining area is right up there, and then there's another bar up there. So they got artwork on the walls from local artists. It's family friendly here until 10 p.m. But Amanda's still over there playing Spider-Man. Got NBA Jam. There's Blitz 99. Yeah, from the late 90s. Oh, you can see where, like, on this wall, they raised it a little bit with some mortar so they can, like, put the brick texture, like, painted on there. You know, because they're doing, like, theme, you know, like, obviously, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, they got the movie posters here. I remember when they put those in. I think it's the second week of February of 2020. They got the Toys R Us sign there, vintage, from my childhood, and then the Blockbuster sign there. So that's where we just were. They got a wheelchair lift in here. So it's fully wheelchair accessible. They have air hockey table there. Of course, there's the entrance. They got one of the few Hercules pinball machines there. That gets a lot of attention for historic pinball. Yeah. And then this is the upstairs, of course. Another game I like, but I'm not very good at it, is Outrun. Beautiful graphics. Of course, it's 1986, and it's got a steering wheel and all that. Oh, one of my favorite arcade games of all time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one is from 1989. I never get tired of this. The late 80s and early 90s had the William S. Sessions. Winners don't use drugs. Advertising on there. Now that monitor is not original, so they've repaired this. Yep, 1989. So his cabinet is original, and so is the arcade board and things like that. But the monitor is not. And I'm guessing whoever restored this could not find an original monitor for it in good condition. So they replaced it with an LCD because the original screen was not that wide to that kind of ratio, and it would have had a better viewing angle like how this one does. Notice you can see how bright it is even from this side angle. That's how the Ninja Turtles arcade game was. And you notice it's a true flat panel. And that's never how they originally were. But look at that beautiful artwork on the side and that cabinet design. I love it. Late 1980s, early 1990s Konami. It's great there. This is another early 90s Konami arcade game. The X-Men. And it is a 6-player. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is from 1992 as well. This was extremely popular in the summer of 1992. So 3 coin slots on this side, and then 3 coin slots on that side. And all 6 players can play at the same time. Of course, the way they do the monitors, they got an extra depth in the back. Yeah, it was a big cabinet. And they got it here at RecBar 812 in New Albany. RecBar, as you can see on the artwork there. Now there's some skee ball. But yeah, vintage arcade games. There's that Ninja Turtles. And I got lots of cool stuff here. Some arcade games from the early 1980s, the mid 1980s, the late 1980s, the early, mid, and late 1990s. Games from 1982. Let's focus in on it. There we go, 82. And then they also got some newer arcade games like Terminator Salvation, which was, I believe, 2009. On that, another gun game. It's one of my favorites. I like it. Jurassic Park 3. Revolution X, which was Aerosmith. House of the Dead 1 and 2. Alien. And then back in there's a dining area there. But lots of cool stuff here. There's another Pac-Man. There's a Centipede cabinet. And then here is the dining area. And then they have movies playing there, and obviously sports and local artwork there. So that's a tour for the most part of RecBar 812 in New Albany. Very favorite place of mine. I really like it. So hopefully you come out and enjoy it as well.